What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome into Turning Tides Tarot. Thank you so very much for being here with me. You all are the best, honestly. I just so appreciate being able to have a chance to sit and chill and read the vibe with you on the Almost Daily, friends. Okay, now I have to actually tell you something. I feel like this reading is going to be a little bit juicy, and it's because I woke up this morning with a Madonna song like in my head, and it was that Live to Tell. Okay, so I know the song, right? And I grew up listening to Madonna. My mom was like all about it. And I love Madonna too. I mean, Madonna's timeless. But I actually didn't really know. I knew it was kind of like about a secret, but I didn't really know the lyrics. And I actually tapped into the lyrics because I was like, I can't get this song out of my head. I actually haven't heard it in years, right? So I look at it and I'm like, oh, Spirit's trying to tell us that somebody here has a secret. Okay, someone here has a secret. They hope they live to tell it, whatever. I don't know. They don't want you to find out. Okay, so your girl over here is nosy AF, and so that's what we're going to try to find out. Now, I was also getting some stuff coming in just highly channeled from Spirit, and I feel like there's someone in your energy or someone, someone that maybe you've been like dealing with lately. And I feel like we are dealing with someone who's been like carrying a secret, right, for a very long time. It definitely feels like, they didn't ever expect it to reveal it to anyone. Okay. And I feel like they learned how to tuck it away really, really deep so that most people would never even know it's there. Like highly like hidden, right? And what I'm picking up on, and what I've been picking up on is that I feel like this person's like, they're keeping it away because it feels really heavy. And I feel like it influences the way that they show up in relationships. Okay. I feel like it's not really about like deception or like lying and cheating and manipulation. It's nothing shady like that. It feels more like, shame. Okay. It feels like a secret shame, to be honest with you. A little bit of fear, right? Like they don't want it. They're definitely not proud of this. They definitely don't want it to be exposed, that kind of secret. And they never really learned how to talk about it. So I feel like it's something about them, like either like a physical trait maybe, or something they do that's like really embarrassing. I don't know. So anyway, I feel like this person, let's just say if they've been avoiding you, okay? If someone's been avoiding you or like pulling back or acting like super weird lately, like I feel like it's nothing to do with their lack of feelings for you. I feel like it's like the closer they okay, it's just flowing out now. The closer they get to you, the more pressure they're feeling, because they feel like they can't hide this part of themselves. Like if you get too close to them, you'll find out. You know what I mean? Like you're so freaking close that if you move one step further, like there's no going back, you're going to find out this thing about them. So again, it feels like a secret shame. I feel like they don't want you to know. They don't want the rest of the world to know. And I feel like that fact alone is what is making them like run for the hills at this moment in time. Okay. So it's kind of feeling like they do want to move close to you, but I feel like the secret is what's pulling them back, maybe into their shell, or like making them go quiet, or especially if like you've been dealing with someone and you're getting closer and closer, and the conversations are becoming more intimate, or maybe like you've been seeing someone and it's time to go back to their place or something like that. And I mean, okay, I'm just going to stop yapping, and I'm going to bring the sound bowl, and I'm actually going to pull the Kipper cards, okay? Because this person, I got to say that they are struggling. They are absolutely struggling. Oh, these are all kind of okay. Oh, geez. This is kind of exciting, and I'm a little bit nosy. But anyway, I do also want to remind anyone that I have dropped the exclusive twin flame exclusive 2-hour reading for the Mercury retrograde. I'll post it in the links below if you're interested. And I'm just kind of letting y'all know that it is finished, because I'm not sure if everybody knows. But anyway, it's out. It's there. It's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to bring the sound bowl. Oh my gosh. And I need to get right into this so we can see what the heck is going on. Okay. Oh, my candle's out. Oh, geez. Okay. Look at how unhinged I am. Okay. I really feel like this feeling of being like not ready, unhinged is obviously, I'm picking up on this person's energy. They are kind of in a panic mode. So We're just going to get right into it. Spirit, please show me what's going on with this person. Why are they panicking? Why are they freaking out? I mean, they're freaking out. They're panicking because like they don't want you to find out what their secret is. So let's find out. I want to know. Yeah, I am so nosy. We have house here in the middle of the whole thing. Okay. Something going on at home. Ooh, coffin. We have marriage. Oh, geez. Okay, hopefully not a hidden marriage. My goodness. I feel like it's not about that, though. It is not about that. I don't feel like it's a hidden marriage. We have wealthy man. We have community. What do we have here? We have message. We have lovers. We have thief. Okay. Let's find out. Let's find out. And then we have mature woman. Huh. Let's see. Okay, Betsy, this is actually giving a little bit of a different energy. So at first I'm picking up like, oh, they've got this like, well, they do have a secret shame. They find it really seriously embarrassing, but I thought it was more like, oh, there's something wrong with like, I don't know, there's something I'm hiding about my body or like, I don't know why I was getting more of like a physical thing, but this isn't really that what came through. And it actually surprised me. So I had to take a minute to like tune into this because what's really going on here is like, I feel like it's not about deception, cheating, anything sneaky. Okay. It feels heavier, but it feels more personal. Okay. Like there's definitely a secret here, but it's in this territory. Like it's shame, it's pride, it's not betrayal, it's shame. I don't know. It's like okay, let's just get into it. Something happened in this person's past that they've tried really, really hard to move on from, but it's still, again, it's impacting how they show up in relationships. With coffin, marriage, wealthy man. Okay, this is like a major ending that affected them very, very deeply. Okay, for some of you, this is going to be like a past relationship that ended, in a way that they didn't expect. So it could have affected their like financial stability, their sense of identity, like someone really took them to the cleaners, you know what I mean? And it really impacted them on a social standing, right? There's a really strong feeling here that, they were raised with like certain expectations and standards, like maybe in like a very well-to-do, affluent community household, stuff like that. It feels like they lost it all. You know what I mean? Or they lost, I don't know. They feel like something came crashing down. Okay. Now, maybe it was a previous relationship, a previous marriage, something like that. But something came crashing down. It fell apart and they lost a version of themselves that they were supposed to like maintain. And I just heard like keeping up with the Joneses. So this person is really like concerned about how they show up in their community, in their family, in society. It's giving Arrested Development type of vibes, like, or what is the other one, the Canadian one that's so much better, or I guess I shouldn't say better because I like them both, but Schitt's Creek, like, how that wealthy family like completely lost everything, right? That's the vibe that I'm picking up on, but I feel like it has to do with one of their past relationships where it's like, so I feel like your person is still trying to keep up this like air of I'm doing well, I'm doing okay, I have enough money in the bank, or my business is doing okay, but really like they're in a massive amount of debt. Their ex took them to the cleaners, revealed, I don't know, it feels really messy at home. Okay. It feels really messy at home. They feel like a failure and they feel like, I don't know, like their sense of security is like totally shaken up, right? Like they have no foundation. They feel like they've had to rebuild from scratch. And it's not something that they talk about very easily because I don't feel like they're completely out of the hole yet. Okay. So it feels more financial. And this person, the reason why I was really picking up on this like heavy sense of shame is because of the way that this person was raised and the community they grew up in. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. Someone like me, I grew up pretty, like, I'll just say it, like, I grew up poor as shit. I was raised by a single mom. Like, I didn't live in a house until I was in my late teens. And then still, like, we were renting. Like, I've always, just never had it all or whatever. Like, we didn't even have a car until, my mom didn't even have a car until I was, like, in my 20s. But anyways, that kind of thing, right? So for this, it's like, okay, who cares? You got some credit card debt or whatever. I don't give a shit. But to this person, they grew up in a very like affluent, like family or whatever, and with these super high expectations around social standing and like wealth and whatever. Okay. So that's what it's, that's what it's giving. But I mean, I just feel like this has a lot to do with it. Like, I feel like there's a lot of expectation on this person. Now, I thought it was going to give a lot more drama than it is. To be totally honest with you, that seems kind of basic, but it is what it is to this person. It's a lot. It means a lot to them. Okay, so I'm not going to judge. We have mature woman, we have thief. And I feel like there may have been some kind of like outside influence going on with all of this. Like, I feel maybe not like a literal theft, but it feels like something was taken from them, right? Again, could be money, a home, reputation, even their future, the plans they had for their future, right? So it feels like there's a lot of involvement of family, community. There's a lot of eyes on them, their situation, expectation. Whatever happened, they still carry so much embarrassment around it. And I feel like they're afraid that if someone gets close to them, this old story is going to come back around to the surface. And I feel like they don't want to relive the moment or feel judged even more for it, because they already judge themselves. They're already surrounded by people who are constantly making them feel shame and embarrassment for something that just was outside of their control. I feel like, okay, so the worry that you would see, they worry that you would see their situation as some kind of like fatal flaw. Like, even though it's really just a painful chapter in their life that they're not healed from. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's more like, it really isn't that serious. It really isn't that serious. I'm getting, but to them it is. Yeah, I thought this was going to serve a lot more drama by what I was picking up on, but it's not. It's like, with community and house together. I mean, I feel like their situation, whatever happened, it wasn't private. It was out in the open, right? So people around them, people in their circle, like, know exactly what happened. And this has been like adding pressure, I feel like, because they want to show up in this, strong, stable way. When they enter into like a new connection, they want to be seen as like, I have the most, I'm grounded, I'm reliable, I'm completely put together, I've got a great reputation, whatever, right? Like, and instead, what it is here is that they feel like they're still cleaning up a huge mess from the past, okay? And they're so scared that letting you in means letting you see these parts of themselves that, they're most insecure about, okay? And so they're working really hard. What I see is this person working really hard to rebuild their life, but they want to do it kind of quietly. Like, they want to feel ready before they open themselves up to somebody who actually matters. And I don't feel like, when I look at message, when I look at lovers here, like, I just don't feel like they were ready to meet you. Does that make sense? Like, the timing was off. They didn't feel like they had their shit together enough, and likely they don't. Okay. But I don't feel like you really care about that. But the amount of shame and embarrassment that's attached to their home, family life, their bank account, it's really, it does have an effect on them and how they feel. Okay. So it's kind of egoic, to be honest with you. It's very surface level. But going back to what I see here, I do see there's a desire to reach out. Okay. This is absolutely here. Like, they do think about you a lot. I feel like, they wonder, what it would be like to be with you. Like, they imagine, what it might feel like to have you in their life forever. Okay. And they want you to be part of their life, but I feel like it's also what scares them, because the closer they get, the more likely it is that this secret is going to be revealed, right? So they don't want this first like vulnerable thing you learn about them to be, so embarrassing. Like, they are so embarrassed about this. Okay. Yeah, they feel so ashamed. I mean, but they do want to show up with confidence. Again, I feel like they're pulling away. It has nothing to do with their feelings for you. It's completely all about this, to them, highly embarrassing situation. Okay. So again, it's not a lack of interest. It's a fear of being seen in the mess that they're currently in. Okay. So, and I feel like, for whatever reason, they believe telling you the truth is going to make them look weak, or it's going to make them look unstable, and they can't stand the thought of that. And I feel like this is the main reason why they've pulled away, even though the feelings are here. Okay. They do want to be chosen. Like they do want to be with you, but they also want to show up in a completely different version of themselves. So a version that they feel proud of. Okay. Because right now, again, a lot of shame around them and their situation. Now, that being said, I need to know what part of the past situation that they're most afraid, like for you to find out about. Okay. That's what I want to know. Like, what is it? What happened? Like, what is it? what is it? Okay. And this is where we use tarot to find out. See, there's the Five of Pentacles. They're out in the cold. This is lack. This is broke, busted, disgusted, feeling unsupported, alone, isolated, shame around that. Okay. What though? Oh, Page of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Okay. What's underneath the deck? Three of Swords. This is very painful for this person. I need clarity on the Page of Pentacles, please, before I get into it. I'm trying to pull out details, friends. I really am. Four of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune, and one more. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. Hang on. Okay, so well, based on this energy here, right? We've got all of this, right? Okay, we've got what happened was a major loss, a disappointment, emotional pain. We get that, right? This person went through something that left them feeling abandoned, embarrassed, alone, okay? But the energy feels like someone, again, trying to rebuild here. And I had to clarify, you know that, I had to clarify. And I feel like what's going on here was, how do I say it? I already took a minute to figure it out, but I'm like, how am I going to spit it out? I'm just going to spit it out. Okay. With the marriage card that's underneath here, right? I feel like this person was involved, their last partner. They could have been married previously, right? And I feel like that person was a very karmic type of individual. It fell apart. That person was lying, thieving, it really just shows a relationship that took a turn for the worse, right? I feel like they were with someone who ended up draining them financially and emotionally. And for some, this person may have manipulated money, like stolen from them, stolen from their families. I feel like they made promises that they could never keep. I feel like they racked up a lot of debt. There was a lot of hidden spending, and someone was using them for their money, their family money. I feel like they got took to the cleaners, like somebody took them to the cleaners. Okay. I just feel like whatever the details were here, the result was the same. Like this person walked away with a lot less than what they came into the relationship with. So, and I feel like they felt blindsided by the whole thing. Okay. They were tricked. They were manipulated. They were, it feels, I feel like there has already been a divorce. Like they're not with this person anymore because we had coffin and marriage. This is an old relationship, but they still haven't recovered from it. And, I feel like this mature woman, the wealthy man, it really points to this family, again, their expectations, and especially around money and partnerships. And I feel like, the person, again, was probably raised to present like a certain image or, live up to certain standards, right? And when their marriage fell apart, especially if a lot of money was lost and there was like theft. I feel like theft was here. We have thief, right? Whether that be like someone literally stealing money from them or just, again, racking up a bunch of debt. It just basically became very, very clear to them, the person, and then their whole entire family that they made the wrong choice. Okay. They really screwed up. It felt like it's like they're a family embarrassment, because, they're viewed as the person who totally messed everything up, by inviting this person into their circle, into their family. And so now there's this like deep sense of humiliation, right? And they feel like they disappointed everybody, people that they care about, and they still carry so much guilt from that. Okay. Even though I don't feel like this was not really their fault. I feel like they were manipulated. They were deceived. They were again, they were taken to the cleaners. Okay. I don't feel like they knew what was happening while it was happening. It all came out. It was highly, not only embarrassing, but it was, they were devastated by this. Okay. 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. They did not see this coming. And I mean, like the pain in this energy, it's not just about the breakup. It's about, the shame of having trusted someone who basically ended up taking advantage of them. So to them, they have been trying to rebuild, but they also know that a lot of people saw the downfall, right? Their downfall. So it feels like they feel like they should have known better, right? And that this huge mistake basically is hanging over them, okay? And they're terrified that you're going to see this as a sign of weakness or, I don't know, like they're just so embarrassed, right? Not only that is they're scared to trust anyone, okay? So this person has a lot of issues. And this is like, again, it has nothing to do with like their feelings for you or about you. It's like the last time I allowed myself to jump into a relationship, I got totally screwed over and it affected not only me, but my family, my everything, my business, my credit, like, yeah, it's insane. So I feel like, the secret, again, it's not like, I don't know. It just feels like, yeah, it's not so much that they were in a messy relationship that they're so worried about you finding out. It's that they believe they ruined the way that people look at them. Like they believe they're damaged goods, okay? And they're so scared that you're going to see them in the same way. Like you're going to be like, "Oh, how could you have let that happen?" Like, when in reality, I feel like this person was a victim, like they were a victim. They were taken advantage of. But again, this person maybe definitely needs to go speak to someone about this, but it is what it is. They are so afraid that you're going to judge them based on what has happened, okay, in their past. This is interesting. This is very interesting. All right, let's look at something else here. I want to know how this setback, obviously it's still affecting the way that they show up, but I mean, I don't know. Just let's see if it's going to change or I don't know. Like, how is this? Death. Yeah, I mean, death. Okay. What? This is very unfortunate. This is very unfortunate. Again, they don't want you to know this. They are embarrassed. It's not that I don't know. Let me know what you would say if this person came clean and told you that this is the reason. Like, I have a feeling that our collective, you wouldn't really care. You'd be like, "Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry that someone did that to you." But for whatever reason, they feel like it's their fault. Okay. They've really internalized it. So as far as like how this is affecting them showing up in relationships is, look, they are so afraid to be excited. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands. They're on guard, right? They're overly protective. They're overly defensive. They felt themselves getting really excited about this connection, and they allowed themselves, like in the connect, they're really excited. Like I said, it has nothing to do with their feelings for you. They just are so terrified of another like fatal blow to their whole entire life. Okay. So this person is very, very scared. They're very, very defensive, and they're still dealing with this fallout. Okay. And they really don't want you to know about it. They feel responsible, even though, like I said, this person is a victim of like a crime. This is a victim of a crime, But anyways, so this is actually affecting them. They're not showing up because of this. This is interesting. They're not showing up because of this. Okay. I feel like this person is really wanting to. I feel like there's something that they want to say to you. They want to let you know, like, I think what I feel like, okay, is that they're trying to figure out a way to communicate to you that they need, like, maybe they need some time, or they may have said something to you like this, okay? It could have said something like, "Look, I need some time to work on some stuff. I've got some stuff going on with my family right now, or I've got some stuff at work, or I've got some things to take care of. And I just need a little bit of time. I just need a little bit of time." Now, I don't feel like this has really anything to do with like a commitment issue. Again, they don't believe, okay, I have to be very clear about this because I don't feel like they believe that you're somebody who would screw them over, okay, or do the same thing. But they also didn't believe that about the person in the past. So there's a little bit of a trust issue going on. But they also do feel like they don't want you to, it's like they know that it's not your fault either that this has happened. And like, they don't want you to have to pay for the sins of their previous partner kind of deal. Like, they don't want to project their ish and this mess onto a new relationship, but they actually really do desire to remain in communication with you. And maybe this is why might feel for you like they're keeping you at a distance right now or pushing you away. But they feel that it's just like, for now, if they could only buy some time, if they could only buy some time. So I feel like right now what they're trying to do is figure out a way to express this to you or express something to you without you internalizing. Like, they don't want you to feel like they don't want to be with you, but they also don't want you to find out about the secret right away. They don't want this to be like at the base of the relationship. Okay, like a foundation of the relationship. Okay, this is something else. Okay, so let's just jump into it. And this is getting a little long here. So let me just find out, because I feel like they really want to communicate to you. So what would they say? What are they trying to say? What are they going to say to you? What do they want to communicate to you? What? It's like they don't want to spill it all. They don't want you to know the details right now. But it's not like, so here's the thing I'm also picking up on. I feel like eventually they obviously know that if they're going to be in a relationship with you, you're going to find out about this, but they just don't want it. They want to at least have repaired the situation first before the relationship starts. Do you know what I mean? I hope you do. Okay, yeah. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to get a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a lot here. The High Priestess. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, okay. So they know you are going to find out eventually. The Four of Cups in reverse. The Lovers. The Ace of Cups. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The Three of Pentacles. And underneath the deck, y'all, Justice. Okay. Okay, let me tune in. But I'm pretty sure this is exactly just confirming what I'm picking up on here. Okay, so what all of this is basically saying, like what they want to communicate is, okay, with the Four of Swords, they're taking a step back, right? They're silent right now. They may have, again, they probably pushed you away or whatever. They're avoiding you. But it's not because, again, they want distance from you. It's because they genuinely need time. Like, they need time to figure out how they're going to navigate this whole situation. Like, they don't want to lose you. And at the same time, like, they don't know how to move forward without revealing this secret. You know, they're not fully ready to talk about it. And it's quiet energy, but it is thoughtful. So like, I feel like they are trying to make sure, like, they're trying to make sure that they get it right. Okay. Even though, you know, whatever, it's taking time, but we have the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like this is how they see you. Like, you do come through as someone who's like, you're grounded, you're stable, you're nurturing. Like, they see you as someone they could actually build something long lasting with. Right? Which is exactly why the situation is weighing so freaking heavily on them. They don't want to come in, you know, with chaos. Like, they want to be stable, right? They don't want to show up as a burden. They don't want to show up having a mountain of debt, you know? They really want to offer something real to you, okay? And they want to feel proud of the version of themselves that they bring into this connection, right? That is really clear here to me. And, you know, with the High Priestess, the Seven of Swords in reverse, this is speaking, you know, it's directly speaking to the secret, right? They're still keeping this part of their life tucked away, okay? They know eventually that you're going to learn the truth because, first of all, you're intuitive and they can feel that. But they're not trying to deceive you. They're just trying to wait until they have something handled, right? They need a way to handle it so that when the story actually does come out, it comes from a place of them having fixed it, you know what I mean? Rather than being in crisis still. So they really didn't expect to develop feelings for you, and especially not this quickly. And I feel like they didn't expect to meet someone or to have someone like you show up during this chapter of chaos in their life where everything's like still being rebuilt. Okay. And with the Four of Cups in reverse, I mean, holy, they don't want you to feel rejected by this. It's not a dismissal of you and your feelings. Like this is someone who's actually pretty interested. All right. But they're terrified that they're going to give you the wrong impression, that you're going to see them in a different light. They want you to understand that this delay isn't about you. It really isn't. It's about where they are in their own healing and, this whole process of rebuilding their entire life. Okay. So the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, I mean, y'all, this is beautiful, right? So for them, this connection, like it feels real. Like they feel very much drawn to you. They feel very much like open with you emotionally in a way that has been kind of a surprise. Like I feel like a lot of you are dealing with someone who's falling in love at a time when, again, they thought they should be focusing on themselves. And I feel like this has changed how they're viewing everything right now. Okay. The Three of Pentacles, and Justice, this is letting you know that they are trying to make a plan right now. And they're wanting you to know that. They're figuring out how to put their life back in order, how to take responsibility for what needs to be handled, and how to move forward, towards something healthier and more balanced, right? They really want to show up in a way that feels fair to both of you, to the relationship. It might take a little bit of time here, but this person they're not walking away. It's like they're preparing. Okay. They need time to prepare. Okay. So I feel like for me, being in this energy, the takeaway is simple. Like they're not rejecting you. Like they're making space to solve a problem. Okay. And they really don't want to carry it into this connection. Again, they really want to come in steady, stable, clear, ready, I really honestly feel like they didn't expect to meet someone that they could actually see a future with while they're still cleaning up their past, and I'm not trying to laugh at it, but it's like, it's just for them, I'm picking up on this feeling of, are you freaking serious right now? Spirit, you bring this amazing, incredible human into my world when my life looks like it just freaking blew up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like this is it. Like, this is what and it's surprising that this is the reason, and again, I'm feeling that most of you here couldn't give two shits if they were broke or if they were rich or whatever. Like, I don't feel like you care. I don't feel like that's necessarily important to you, but to them, it feels really important. Okay. Now, if anyone is interested, I do feel like I could extend this. I'm going to take a little break here because there are a couple other things that we could explore if you're interested. Again, I always appreciate the energy exchange for the work that I do. But only if you feel called, only if you feel like this is truly your story, or if this totally tracks for the person that you've been dealing with. Okay. Because I do want to know, like, are they actually going to solve the issue? Okay, how long is that going to take, right? How long would that take? What their next moves are going to be like, also like, what their intentions are once they feel that stability. Because with the Lovers and the Ace of Cups, like, these are very strong indicators that they have real genuine feelings. Like, and I do want to see where that leads, or if it leads anywhere. Okay, if it's worth your time. And it's not that I'm suggesting that anyone stick around waiting. I will never encourage someone to wait, but, just maybe put on the back burner, and then continue with your life or whatever. I don't know, to keep this open, or to at least know that this person isn't like rejecting the idea of being with you. They're trying to get ready so that they could be with you. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, if you're into it, I will link to the extended at the top of the comments. I always pin whatever you need, any links that you need, to the top of the comments. You'll also find the twin flame reading there if this tracks, if you feel like this is your twin. There's a deep dive, like I mentioned at the beginning there, that's available. Also, I'm open for personals. And yeah, I'm just sending you all lots of love. Again, thank you so much. Like, I love you guys. I love being here. I love reading for you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for your likes and your comments and just being part of my day. You guys really bring so much joy and so many smiles. I love reading all your comments. So thank you very much. And I do hope you all have a blessed day. Talk soon. Hey, beautiful besties. Welcome into the extended. Thank you so very much for your energy exchange. It really means the world to me. I really appreciate you. Okay, let's get into it right away. My first question, love, very first, okay. Are they actually going to solve this issue that's been holding them back? Okay. Are they going to solve the issue that's been holding them back? You know, how are they going to deal with it? Are they dealing with their family? Like, are they going to be dealing, like, what is it? How are they going to solve this? You know, how are they going to, how are they going to, I feel like their biggest question is like, how am I going to, like get my bank account ready? Or like, we have the 5 of Cups. Okay. They're still in their feelings. That's okay. Okay. Look, 2 5s off the bat. They are in the struggle right now. This is really causing a lot of turmoil for them emotionally. They aren't necessarily sure how they want to act. Look at this. They know this is like having an effect on whether or not they can feel happy and love and life and get into this relationship. To me, right away, I see this desire. The fact that the 4 of Wands came out in the reverse, it's like, this is a problem. I'm so sad that this is causing this kind of internal conflict within me. I should be able to be happy. I should be able to be with the person I love, I want. My whole entire foundation is flipped upside down right now. Frick. This is just carrying over that feeling of frustration, that they see you as somebody that they really want to be with, really want to build with here. So come on, Spirit, are you going to tell me how are they actually going to solve the issue that's been holding them back? Right now there's frustration because they're trying to figure out how. I feel like we have the 7 of Pentacles, frustration. Again, look at this 8 of Swords, feeling totally trapped in their circumstance. But I'm using the After Tarot. So there is something that is going to change here. There is some kind of, they're going to get themselves out of the feeling of frustration. They are going to get themselves out of this imprisonment, feeling of being trapped. Okay, we have the Empress, which I feel like is you.